Welcome to the Morning Walk Podcast. With each engaging, entertaining, and eclectic episode, along with a few special guests, we'll explore the ever-changing world of television, streaming series, films, and even current events. Because we're open-minded and embrace a diverse audience, the entertainment factor is over the top. And now your host, Mr. Unstoppable, aka Mr. Make It Happen, Don Gregory, with special guest, Belle Landis.
Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No, I'm done. I'm tired of that shit, man.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say is that's the problem with, men. As men, we should not do that. We willpower like a mom, like as a father, we shouldn't do it because we willpower like women willpower. Especially with little girls. Little girls and little boys, but especially when they're at a young age. Like I told you before, like when that nigga used to be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come get you on Tuesday, take you to McDonald's," and back then McDonald's was the shit.
Yeah.
McDonald's that was a this and that was a treat. Like that was a every now and then thing. Like
Yeah.
nigga, back in the day, in
Like
the
maybe
80s,
once or twice a year. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, in the 80s, we used to go. When we was young, maybe I guess in the 70s too, we would go like every blue moon. Like people stay at McDonald's now, but back then that shit was like maybe a couple times a year, and then sometimes no time a year. Like we would be
Right.
we drive by it and we would see it and get excited. Can you imagine that now? Like driving by, I'm telling you, we would drive by McDonald's and get excited. Like, we wasn't going in there.
No,
We were not going in there.
We
We see the golden arch, like, oh, they go McDonald's. You would have thought it was like, Epcot Center or something, Disney World, Disneyland, just to go to McDonald's. Yeah, just to
Right.
just to go by the golden arches. So,
Yeah.
you as a father, you will power too. And I learned years ago, do not tell a child something and don't do it. And not because of
Right.
anything I did to my own kid, but because of the way that I was done myself as a child.
Right.
So I don't do it. I give my word on something. I try to see it through. I'm not perfect, but I think it's also important that if you say something, like if you say you're going to do something, it's in your best interest to try your best to do it. Like actually do it. Matter of fact, if you can't do it, take a moment when you're being asked as a father or as a man or whatever to do it. See, give yourself an opportunity to take a second to say, I don't think I'll be able to do that anytime soon. You know what I mean? Even sometimes if you got the phrase I heard is something like under promise and over deliver. I would rather do that. I would rather do that than disappoint a kid, because you are messing with their mental state. You are, you just gave them, and this is back in the day too. I go back there. You giving them something to look forward to when they otherwise had nothing to look forward to.
Right.
We back in the day, we don't have no video games, we don't have no cell phones, we don't have no social media. What we did was socialize. Like that was a big part of your life back then. You socialize. You go in over your aunt house, or you maybe went to summer camp, or you went to summer camp, the daytime summer camp where you got the free lunches or some shit like that. You hung out with people. That's how you socialize. So when your father, or I'm gonna use my father in this case. Your father says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna come over." That make you happy, Especially you absentee, you ain't been there, and now you seeing him. You're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna see him." And you seeing him today. He's saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna come back." So now it's twice I'm gonna see you when I ain't seen you in a long ass time. Now you get ready to see you twice, then you just never show up. That's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I've been there.
So I would not say for anybody, if you're a father, I say don't do it.
I'm sorry. You just do.
I got a rebuttal for you. So speaking of shit that you sending people, what's up with you send me the joint about the pervert bull, the pedo, what they call them nowadays, pedos?
Yeah, what video?
So you sent me a joint, dude, man, he a whole pedophile. This nigga 24 years old. And then knocked up a 12-year-old. This girl ain't even a teenager. Knocked up a whole 12.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about. That's why I sent it to you.
What is wrong with you, bro? Like, what is wrong? with you. And then I think they might have been living in, I don't know, he might have been living in some other place. Because when the cops, I was just watching the story, when the cops stepped to him about it, he telling them, he's like, yeah, I'm the dad, I did that. You know, they
really happy, proud.
Yeah, they said he was proud. You know, they was taking pictures at his shower. That must be something that goes on in that particular culture. Not like, and I'm not even isolating it to saying like Hispanic culture or black culture or Asian culture. It's just who, you know, you could have a culture of your own, like gang culture or some shit like that. Maybe that's just with those people, wherever they're from, those people were just into that shit. You know what I mean? Because he told the officer that, you know, that people was, promoting that, like encouraging him to mess around with her. And he took her to the hospital like it wasn't no thing either. He rolled up, talking to the doctors and all of that, like, hey, you know, I did that. And then 12? Like, why would you do that? Like,
that little girl don't even know what she is yet. You knocking her up with something.
Hell no. Hell no. Like, first of all, I'm just amazed that this man is still walking around. I am not going to try not to go too deep. I'm trying not to go too deep into it. Yo, homie, how you even still walking around out here? Cats like you, y'all normally wind up come up missing. Now, I don't know how he managed to do that. And then here's how tragic that situation is. And one of the things that make the DHS is still trying to determine if she should go back to the house. That lets you know how young she is. She's a mother, and DHS is ready to say, listen, we ain't gonna let you go back to the house. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible. I never understand how you, because I don't know, because I don't even want to go too far, but as a man, like, when you a man and the girl is that young, you're not even supposed to be able to have no feelings towards her. Like,
Amen.
Like you're just not, like, it's not supposed to, like, something that's supposed to jump out at you. Like, you know, you got to be a true pedophile to deal with a girl that young. She's a child. Like, how do you even, I don't know. This one, I'm going to let that shit go. I don't even want to talk about this shit because I can't even get my head around it. Be honest with you, I can't even get my head around it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but that's why I said it to you. I was like, you ain't gonna believe this. What? Like, I was tripping up there, like.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, like, no, you know, and a lot of times, first thing people say, like, where's the father? Where's her parents at? God only knows, man. God only knows, because they still, they haven't spoken with them. The police haven't, you know, it's like too much. I don't know what the hell they doing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that, man. That's one of them Jones I let go. So
yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it fucking is.
Man, that shit was heartbreaking when I saw her. Like, and she's standing there at the shower, the little teeny little baby with a big ass belly. That shit just made my blood crawl.
Yeah, when I saw it, like, that looked like an uncle and shit. Like, they standing next to each other. I'm like, that looked like an uncle and shit. That's a whole baby daddy. Like,
Right.
No. I don't know how he walking around out here, like, just scot-free. Like, nobody, like, that motherfucker need to come to, you know, he had knock at his door. Hello.
Yep.
That's it.
Wait, like that white woman did, that poor black woman came to her door. The fuck you shooting through the fight? Then she on the phone.
Is that what she did?
Scared for my life. Did you do it? That's how Karens always do. All do
what do you
shit.
know about that story? What do you know about this? I heard.
I went on.
Go ahead.
Well, you sent me something about it in Instagram Messenger. And it was a clip on it, and I'm looking at it. Let me find this shit before I could finish watching what you sent me. I said, let me go ahead and go on YouTube so I can see this whole story. And I found it on YouTube. It's like a whole page with all kind of shorts from news people, all kind of about what. And they showed the woman handcuffed in jail, going to the court and all that. And what happened was they said that her and the girl had been fighting, you know, had bad blood for years. It's been going on for like 2 years. And the cops had been called out a half a dozen times because of her and this woman. The woman was always making the kids play too loud. I have a headache. I'm not feeling good. They too loud. They outside playing like kids. They outside, bitch. So the landlord call himself trying to be a peacemaker, and he put up a sign saying, no trespassing, something like that. It's like a line, a visible line where, okay, this is right, you keep your kids here, she here, and then all that might settle shit. But the kids is out there playing one day, and she told the cops the kids out there playing, and she wasn't feeling well, and they was playing football, keeping too much noise. So she came out with a rollerblade skate and threw it at one of them. They showed the litter in the street.
Hold on. Who is this? Is the Karen or the sister?
The Karen.
Okay, go ahead.
She threw a couple of plates, and she threw a rollerblade skate at one of them and hit him on the foot. And she called him, they said she was calling racial slurs and stuff like that. So the little boy went home and told his mom, she threw a skate at me. Him, all we do is playing football. And so the mom, she mad now. Hit my son, bitch, you crazy. Went over there banging on the woman's door. Probably was saying, bitch, bring come out here, I'm going to whoop your ass. I said, because she mad. And the woman said she got a gun that she bought to protect herself from this woman because they've been having bad blood. She specifically bought this gun to protect herself from this woman and shot through the door while the bitch is banging on the door.
Damn. Yeah, you got to do time for that one, sis. That's not even.
Oh, they said that she don't meet the criteria of stand your ground because this is no Ocala, Florida, somewhere down. They got stand. She said her.
No, you got to go to jail for that.
Yeah. Yeah, and they said the judge still trying to decide if he's gonna let her go home on bond. He better not.
I thought she got bond.
She might have.
I thought she got bond. Yeah, I think she got bond. I forgot how much it was, but I think she got bond. I wish I knew their name or something like that. Right off the top of my head, no way I could Google it, but she got bond. She went home. Or I know she got bond. Don't know if she went home, but I know she got bond.
Okay.
Yeah, that's terrible and stuff. And I didn't know she shot her through the door. I thought it was something like, hey, they scrapped it, or she was confronting her or something like that. I didn't know she got it through the door. Like, yo, that's terrible.
Yep.
That's terrible. I was on YouTube earlier, as I so often do nowadays, and I was watching a video of this guy, and I forgot his name and everything because I forgot his name, but he said, because it's so much stuff that comes across your feed, and his video started off with, let me tell you what I thought. I was looking at how he made his video. He had a healthy channel. He was getting like 55,000 views, 100 or something thousand views, and the quality of his shit, it ain't even that good. That lets you know what people is about. Like, people is what I said to you before. It's education, entertainment, or the erotica. As long as it's enough for them to watch, they'll watch it. Now, that's my spiel on that. So his joint started off, and he sounded, like me and him is a one mind in the sense that he said sometimes you just gotta let them have it, right? You just gotta let them have it. You can't argue with people. You can't be fist fighting out here. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing that. You gotta just let them have it. And in his video, what he had was, it was a guy who, one guy parked and another guy parked messed up at the gas station, where though he couldn't get to the pump. So he came out to the guy, got out of his car, like, yo, why don't you move your car? Other man just pulled out a weapon, just start popping, pop, 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 pop. Chased them all in the garage, in the gas station and everything. Right. He just slowly, calm, and just pulling the trigger, and didn't run either. Just got in his car and just drove off. You don't know what people got. You don't know what people is on. You just don't nowadays. Like, that's the world we're living in. You don't know who got what. You don't know who on what. You just don't know. Like, things ain't what it seemed. Do you remember a while ago, right? They was calling her the Soho Karen. Now, you saw the video. You might not remember. Try to refresh your memory. This happened back in 2001, 2002 maybe. And what happened was, it was a son. There's a father and a son, and they were in a hotel. This woman was in the lobby. It was like, no, y'all got my phone. Y'all got my phone. And
I remember that.
Yeah, y'all got my phone. She went on. She even she did tackled the son. The dad had to push her off. Yo, I watched another video this morning, and dude really broke it down. He was like, first of all, do you know she wasn't even a host. She wasn't even a guest of that hotel. She had checked out 3 days earlier. She had already confronted people that were leaving the father and the son was like maybe the second or third person that she had confronted about the phone.
Right.
And on top of that, they was downstairs eating when she stepped to them. They wasn't even leaving. Now in the video, it leads you to believe like they was going, they was trying to go out the door. And she stopped them. No, they was eating in a breakfast nook in the corner when all of this happened.
Right.
And she was just stepping to anybody about that phone.
Right.
Now on top of that, as I watch this video again, I'm looking at the hotel manager. He's a whole dickhead because he helping her. He helping her. He tried to get just let her see the background on your phone. Because what the family did, and this is all stuff that we watched today, what the family did was, of course, they went, and I forgot his name, but they went and got it. They got themselves a good civil attorney, a civil / personal injury lawyer, a good one. You've seen him on the news before too, black guy, bald head. You've seen him before. Al Sharpton was out there, and also this chick, that wasn't her first time. Well, first of all, to get back to the civil part, I guess they trying to sue the hotel. So where we at? Where they suing the hotel and they suing her. Now her court case already happened. It's already in progress because they did discovery. They did they're doing what they got to do. But day one she didn't even show up. So the judge was like, "One monkey don't stop no show. I'm not gonna let her stop it. We're gonna it's disrespectful. We're gonna keep it moving." So she in trouble, whether she know it or not. I don't know who's representing her. I don't know whatever, but she already in trouble. So now the guy, that manager from the hotel that was there with her when all this was going down, he made a statement. He just threw her under the bus. He was like, "Listen, I was trying to de-escalate the situation. I wasn't involved in it. I ain't do nothing. That was her by herself because his job is on the line." And that hotel is on the line because they might not actually on the line, but they're being sued. And when you get in front of a jury of 12 and that judge, you don't know. One thing about suing somebody is people suing and all that. A lot of people saying, "I'll sue him. I'll do this." I just said, "Well, I'll sue him." You don't know how it's going to go when you go in that courtroom. That's why a lot of times people will settle. They will settle. Like they'll see that jury and they'll settle. They'll be like, "All right, let me give you a couple $2 and this be over with." And then the other person be like, "All right, I know I could have got you for more, but I'm just gonna let it go." Reason why do they do that? Because either side don't know where you might get a whole bunch or you might not get nothing. So people just tend to settle. Another thing the guy brought up on the video was she had been in trouble with the law at least 3 additional times. They showed video of her getting arrested. She took a Xanax and had a drink, and she rolling around on the ground with the cops all on top of her with the handcuffs on. And they was going to lock her mom up. She went and some building, I don't know what she was doing, but some building, she went to one of the apartments in the building and broke in with a fire extinguisher. Stayed there for a couple hours, ransacked the place, and then took off. And the police didn't catch her. Yep. And she got into a scrape with her and a boyfriend or something like that. She got into a scrape with a guy. Sis is young and off her rocker. That's what I saw. Young and off her whole rocker. And then she didn't even look like, she did an interview with Gayle King. She didn't look like she even cared. Her attitude was like, "Fuck it. Well, and I did what I did." Cause she already beat that case with the because they set up a bench warrant, a fugitive warrant for her out there in California. Expedited her back to New York. She wound up just taking a plea deal. So as long as she don't get in trouble for the next 2 years, she's fine. So now she's just dealing with the civil stuff, but she don't care. She strikes me as rich and entitled.
Thanks for listening in while we explore the vast world of entertainment and current affairs. And with just a simple click to subscribe, you'll be invited back to hear just what topic is in the queue. See you next time.